Welcome back to Franco Fridays. Today I'm going to cover two films from MVD Rewind. First up is 1983's Diamonds of Kilimandjaro. This is an MVD Rewind release, very recent release. I guess before I start I should explain the Band-Aid. I had a fight with my razor this morning and lost. So the moral of the story is don't try to shave before you're awake and you haven't had coffee. So anyway, how I got it up here, who knows. This film stars the fetching Katja Benart, who's a German actress, and she actually had a lengthy career, including another Franco film, Killer Barbies vs. Dracula. She's gorgeous in this, running around in just a loincloth and perky boobs. I mean, she looks great in this. She plays a girl that was stranded after an airplane crash with her father, I believe it's her father or uncle, Daniel, played by Daniel White, the composer. And he plays a guy named De Winter, who's like a Scottish. They were basically looking for gold. And their plane crashed, and they end up basically becoming kind of gods to the local cannibals, and so that, unbeknownst to them, back home, Lena Ramay, who has a brief cameo, has sent a search party to find these two and the daughter. Daniel White is hilarious because he plays this Scottish guy, he plays this Scottish guy almost like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now. He's like some god to all these cannibals, and he's even replete with the Scottish golf hat with the little red ball on the top. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous setting with him surrounded by all these jungle people, and he's got this Scottish outfit on. It's just ridiculous. There's just a lot of things in this film. It's almost a comedy in a way. I think Franco was kind of going for tongue-in-cheek comedy here, because I don't think he's made it clear he's not a fan of cannibal films. So I think he was just poking a lot of fun at the whole genre with this film. There's just so many ridiculous scenes and settings. You've got moments where you've got whether it's Katja or another girl that's part of the expedition to find Katja, a girl named Mari Nito, who's running around in this white blouse and heels, and these cut off jeans, Daisy Duke jeans. They're running around the jungle looking for looking for her and looking for her hot father, and just all the setups and the scenes are just ridiculous. There's very little gore. There's no gore. There's one kill scene which is done off camera, and you kind of see the after effect, but I think it's almost shot in an obligatory way because this is supposed to be a cannibal film. But other than that, it's just an attempt to introduce some eye candy and people running around the jungle. And the composition of the music, as typical of any Franco film in concert with Daniel White, is great. It's very synthy, keyboardy, as what you would expect in the early 80s. But still, it works in the film. The dialogue is ridiculous. You know, it's a fun don't take it too serious kind of ride. If you're a fan of Franco, you're gonna really, I think, enjoy it, as long as you don't get hung up too much on logic or storyline. Just go with the flow and watch it. It's a fun, breezy watch. It actually was originally in 83 minutes, and it ended up being. There were footage that was reshot, additional footage that was shot to bring it to 95 minutes. The Spanish version, I guess, is 83 minutes. And due to the censorship, there were some issues with censorship or something that caused them to go back and shoot for international audiences and French audiences additional footage. So what we've got is the 90-some minute version. So this is not entirely a Franco film. The guy that's in the film is part of the rescue group, Oliver Mathot, actually shot the additional scenes. Interesting film. I think if you're going into this thinking, well, it's going to be a gory cannibal film along the lines of Cannibal Holocaust or Cannibal Ferox, you're going to be disappointed. It's really more of an eye candy kind of thing. But even at that, it's not over the top. You've got naked breasts and loincloths and things like that, but it's not in your face, as is typical some of the softcore porn stuff that Franco did in the early 80s. There's a few shots, particularly of Nito, where she's naked, full naked. The only complaint I have about this film really is the casting. I think casting Lena Romay as this aging countess that sends the expedition to find her daughter, I think she was miscast. I think she would have been better playing the Maria Nito role, where she traipsing around in the jungle in the cut-off jeans. I think she would have done better. And in fact, Maria Nito stopped acting. If you can go by IMDb, she stopped acting around 1986. So 3 years after this, she pretty much called it a day. She's okay. She's great to look at, but she's not a very good actress. I mean, that's the problem with it. The release itself looks a lot like some of the Vestron. It's kind of stylistically like the Vestron releases. You've got a really nice slipcover here. Gorgeous slipcover. And then you've got the artwork that's mimics the slipcover. And internal artwork, there's really nothing. It's very plain Jane, just like the Vestrons. The other problem with this is, other than a series of trailers, there's no special features. The picture quality is pristine. I thought they did a great job restoring the picture quality and the sound quality. And so if you're looking to try to get the best copy of Diamonds of Kilimandjaro that you can get your hands on, this certainly fits the bill. If you want to see special features and some background on the film, or interviews with Franco, etc., you're not going to get any of that with this. So that's kind of disappointing. All in all, I think this is more in the line for Franco completists than it is for the casual horror fan that wants to check out Franco. So I would give this from my perspective, it's a 5, 6 out of 10 kind of thing. But purely for Franco completists would be my recommendation. So there you go. That's Diamonds of Kilimandjaro, and I will be back with the second MVD Rewind feature. Thanks.